Sup guys, Juggalo23451. As you guys know, this is Vets Helping Vets project, and I'm going to show you how to build a computer. It's pretty easy. If I scroll over, you're going to have these handy dandy brass standoffs, and this is what you need to install first. So basically, majority of cases now, either it'll be in your manual or on the case itself, it's going to tell you what holes to put these brass standoffs in. And for me, I need to do 1, 3, 4, 5, 8, 9, 10, and 11, 12. So basically, I'm just going to go in and start screwing down the standoffs like that. And go all the way around where they tell me to put these little brass steels. So that's what you want to do. And let me take care of that, and I'll have the motherboard in place, and I'll show you where the screws go. Bye. What's up guys, we're back. I have the motherboard on top of the standoffs, and what you're going to do is take the screws and install them right onto your standoffs, and it might be a pain in the butt to get it started, but I'll try to start it with my hand and then screw it in, and just lightly screw it. Just do it enough where the thread catches, and then once you're done installing all these screws, then you can tighten them all the way, because you might need some finagling room, I guess you want to call it, to install all these screws. Whoops. And I guess it's good to have a magnetized screwdriver too, because you can pick up the screws that you drop and all that stuff. But let me go ahead and install these screws, and I'll be back. What's up guys, Juggalo23451, and as you can tell, I installed the front audio connectors. I hope you guys can see it. I know the lighting really sucks, but I hooked up the fan connector, USB, power, LEDs, and all that fun stuff. The HD audio, that's hooked up, and all that fun stuff. So that's what I want to get first. What I always do is install all this stuff first, so it's not in the way of other things. And now let's start installing some of the components that we have. And I'm going to be installing some Sniper RAM, and they should tell you how to install it. You got an install guide right here and all that fun stuff, but pretty much you're going to probably more than likely going to use the blue right here. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take this tape off, float it on top of itself, and then all you do to install the RAM is just flip the tabs back, go ahead and line it up, and you're going to push straight down, and you should hear those things click into place. Same deal here, click into place. Now I'm going to make sure I'm installing it right for the memory anyway, and I think I am. So I'm going to go ahead and check in my manual. And here's the manual in here. So if you don't know, just go ahead and look into your manual, but I think I did it right. And now we have that installed. Next, let's tackle on the graphics card. And it's going to be pretty easy to install. It only has one 8-pin connector, which is nice, so better cable management. But you're just going to go here. And since it's a dual slot card, I think it's going to be these two right here. Whoops. Hopefully I'll be able to get that. Yep. Alright, and sometimes they have plastic connectors on these, but it doesn't. And I'm just gonna see where it goes. And it looks like I took out the wrong two. That's not a big deal, no big problem. You know, just go and unscrew them. I'm going to take the graphics card, basically, whoops, sorry about that, you're going to line it up, these slots with this slot, and you should just push down, and you hear it lock, it locks into place. Then you're going to take your screws that you have, and generally these screws are a pain in the butt to get in the first try, so let's see if I can do that. Yep. First try. And sometimes you're going to have to move the metal plate, or the PCI bracket, excuse me, around so you can line up the holes. Screw that into place. Screw that into place. And it's installed already. See? Nice and secure. It's gonna, of course it's gonna wiggle because I'm putting physical force on it, but when you look at it, it should be physically parallel to the case. It shouldn't be sagging or anything. If it's sagging, you got a problem. Alright, next thing, let's install the hard drive. That's usually pretty easy to do. And generally, just stick it in like that, but we'll see how these connectors go. And these are pretty easy. Just gotta find these plastic parts that come with the NZXT Beta Evo and go ahead and install it. So let me hook it up. They're just little pegs that I gotta line up. And it looks like that. So let me get the other one. And then let me back up and move it to here. And you're just gonna drop it into place. And hopefully this won't give me too much problems. And then voila, that's how you do it. It's pretty easy to install the hard drive. Alright, next let's do the hooking up of the hard drive. And SATA cables. And then what you're going to do is, let me do it like that, let me flip it around. Go ahead and find where your hard drive is sticking out, right here, and it matches up to the hard drive. It's a little L connector, so L to L. Hook that up. And then I'm going to go ahead and go towards the front panel, right here. And then I'm going to look for where SATA 0 is, because that's what I want it to look first when it's installed with the operating system. And generally SATA 0 is going to be at the bottom, then SATA 1 will be at the top. So let me go ahead and try to install it. Sometimes it's going to be a little harder, just because how tight the space is. And I gotta see how it looks. L to L. Okay. There you go. That's installed. I'm going to go ahead and pull out all that nasty access that doesn't need to be there. Next, we'll go ahead and install the DVD drive, if I can find it, of course. But let me go ahead and find a DVD drive and I'll come back.